Hey, it's Craig back with another Mortgage Minute, and I wanted to go over something with you today. A question that we get asked a lot, and that is if you're going under contract on a home, the sales contract that you're signing most likely has what's called an appraisal contingency written into the contract. Okay. And it might seem like a confusing thing, but it's actually pretty straightforward. So, what an appraisal contingency is basically language that says that, hey, the sales price is, and I'm going to use 400,000 for an example. Okay. The sales price is 400,000. The home must appraise for at least 400,000. And if the home does not appraise for 400,000, then at that point, the buyer of the home can either cancel the contract or renegotiate with the seller on the sales price, or the buyer can just choose to continue purchasing the home, even though it appraised for less than 400,000. So the point of having an appraisal contingency is to eliminate the situation to where a buyer goes under contract on a home thinking that the value should be around, let's again use 400,000, and lo and behold they get an appraisal and it appraises for 320,000. Now, let me just make a quick disclaimer to say that's not a very common occurrence. Okay, so don't panic and think, oh my gosh, that's not very likely to happen. And if that situation were to occur, most likely you knew going into it that you were probably paying a little bit more for the house than what it would appraise for. So generally buyers aren't completely thrown off guard by that, but that's what an appraisal contingency is meant to provide to the buyer. Basically, it gives the buyer the option to take a step back and go, now wait a minute, do I still want to purchase this home even though it appraised for less? Now, you may be thinking, well, of course I would want, not want to purchase the home. Who would do that? Well, it really depends. I mean, if it appraises for a little bit less than the sales price, then maybe that's not a big deal. Really and truly, if you think about it, appraisals aren't an exact science. I mean, you could have multiple appraisers go out to the same property and come up with slightly different values for the property. Sometimes they're extreme values, just depends on the situation with the property. So now keep something in mind. You do have the right to waive the appraisal contingency. And if you waive the appraisal contingency as a buyer, what you're telling the seller is, hey, regardless of what this home appraises for, I am still going to move forward with this transaction and purchase the house. And in a really hot market where there's a lot of competition for the same properties, that's a great way to get a house under contract. So it may be something you want to consider. Listen, if you have questions about that, give us a call, 615-498-5626. We always love to help. And if you're wanting to buy a home, we'd love to get you pre-approved. Let us know, give us a call, and I appreciate you watching.